to Jeopardy! I'm your host, Alex Trebek. Today, we have three lovely guests who are going to tackle on not only the Italian Renaissance and theater history, but Commedia dell'arte as well. We got a 2-for-1 special coming at you on Jeopardy tonight. Woo! Meet the contestants. This is Miss Anna Fialho.
That's me. My acting experiences go from Seussical to Cinderella to Twelfth Night. I have a variety. I'm humble in a way. I've won about 3 Tonys, but like that's nothing to speak of. But I'm here today to play a wonderful game with my lovely friends.
Mr. Darius, who I have heard through the grapevine, is a member of the fabulous A Dream Play.
Oh, yes, I am. I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to work with my dear friend, Mikey.
Miss Kiera. I wonder what we can talk about that relates to the lesson and Kiera. Anna!
I heard from a grapevine. A grapevine told me. She's going to Italy next semester in about a month or so.
Well, I'll be darned tootin'. Now with that, let's go. Mrs. Italy, care for take the first stab?
All right. I will do theaters for 200.
Which out of the 3 theaters had the most seating? And these are the 3 theaters of the Italian Renaissance.
That would be the Teatro Farnese. Hey.
Teatro Farnese.
This is
Teatro. There's a T. Teatro.
I'll do Impact on Theater for 100.
What elements prevailed and which did not when it came to the Italian Renaissance when we transferred over from its predecessors?
Playwriting did not. The role of the actor.
Answers may vary. For questions.
You had the most important part correct. Yeah.
Prevailed acting, theater, architecture, scenic design, and dramatic criticism. What didn't? Playwriting.
Yes.
Yes.
We're doing
Let's
great.
go.
Oh no.
All right, Miss Anna Fialho.
I'm gonna choose theaters for 100.
What are the 3 types of theaters in the Italian Renaissance?
The Teatro Farnese, the Teatro Olimpico, and the theater of, Sabatino? So close.
Sabionetta.
Scenic design for 400.
Describe the pole and chariot system. Also, audience, please note our little brainiacs are going off the top of their head here.
Yeah.
Because we already typed everything up.
That is true. Describe the pole and chariot system. So there were poles connected to flats, and the poles were underneath the stage, and they were pulled across through a track system.
There are poles attached to the scenic flats that went below the stage.
Yes.
Oh.
Gracias. Grazie.
Yeah, grazie.
Vocabulary for 300.
Ooh.
Let's get up there.
What is an intermezzi?
It's something like a halftime show.
Short, mythological,
Mythological,
and it's
yeah. That's what I was
like
thinking.
a halftime show.
So you got
Yeah.
the big one. Oh, I've been adding the points.
No, the points don't matter.
This is
the
true.
points
It's
don't
about
matter.
the
It's
knowledge,
knowledge.
the thirst for knowledge.
So the scenarios were very short.
Oh,
like
they were in
they
between
were
scenes
very
that happened.
short, episodic, written like summaries that were the only thing that survived, and they were pretty much repeatedly used as their structure.
Short scripts with dialogue that survive repeated and used as the structure of each performance. What was the name of the first printing press, and what was its influence, Miss?
It was the Gutenberg printing press.
Oh, wow.
And its influence was that we finally got to print and now have like make copies or like keep plays.
Yeah, written documentation.
Don't leave me hanging, mate.
Gutenberg printing press, yes. Why is opera so important?
Because it was the surviving theatrical performance.
Form, yeah, and it'll...
Vocab for 400.
Ooh, what is a pastoral?
A pastoral was short, vulgar, and comedic, and it was also romantic, and it was based off of Greek tragedies, I believe.
Short, vulgar, comic, romantic, follow up to Greek tragedies. Oh yeah, oh
You're so
boy.
smart.
What were the wing shutters and rake stages used for?
They were used to show depth, perception, and angle.
Ooh.
Get that one
Is
right
it
out.
correct? Yeah. Oh, I'll choose vocab for 500.
Wow, big ball. The first 500 of the
Big
evening,
money.
folks. What are the two major forms of operas?
Oh, a how do you say it? Recitative and aria.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally don't know how to pronounce the first word. Sorry, Kirsten.
Recitative.
Recitative. Recitative. Recitative. Ratatouille. Oh, okay. I will do Vietas for 400. Teatro Olimpico was, it was 3,000. It was Roman, like, scenery. Oh, and it was a raised stage. And the Teatro Farnese was 3,500 seats. It was a proscenium arch, and it also had class seating. Somewhere in the orchestra.
Olimpico, Roman street scene inspired and raised stage, Farnese, orchestra, and proscenium arch.
You know what? That was close.
You were in the right wheelhouse, you know.
That was close.
I'm gonna regret this. Theaters for 500.
You can, wait, you should be able to do it.
What is the major difference from medieval to Italian theater? Oh, they went from outside to being inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
I will do Comedia for 300.
How are companies named and which is the most known?
So companies were named because they were organized by families, and the name was like a characterization of the troupe, and the most well-known was E. Gelosi, which means the zealous.
Organized by families and given names that characterize each troupe. The most well-known is E. Gelosi.
Can you tell
Yeah.
who wrote this?
100.
Translate the word Renaissance, Kiara.
Do you know this?
Honestly.
Yes, you do.
It is the rebirth of Theta.
Well, the rebirth is the Renaissance part of
And
theater is because of the chorus.
Yes.
Stopped idealizing religion and took a step back away from religious tones.
No longer
Yay.
idolize religious characters.
What were the different seating sections and who were they for? So they were the pit, and that was for like the lowest of low classes. Then there were the galleries, who were for middle class, and then there were the boxes, who's for nobility.
Pit, peasants, gallery is spelt wrong, but middle class, and then box is nobility. Final Jeopardy of the Italian Renaissance Commedia dell'arte.
Okay, movements, don't know all of them, but there's Magnifico, who leads with, he's more eagle-esque, he leads with his head or his legs. There's Sonny, who is his servant, and he leads with his head and his feet forward. No, the ones that do the hips in and hips out are Brigella and Harley Quinn.
So you have those two.
And then there's the doctor, who leads with his belly. There's the witch, who does the figure eights. And then there's, the first actor / actress, and they are part of Magnifico's court. The second actor and actress, who are their children and are trying to be aristocratic. And then there's the Columbina, who is, she's like a reflection of everyone around her. Magnifico, Zani, Pantalone, Doctor,
We
Brigella,
time
Harley
just
Quinn,
out.
Columbina.
Zani, feet and up forward, specifically nose. Pantalone, bent back. Il Dottore leads with belly and a certain breath. Brigella moves with closed hips. Alecchino, open hips. Colombina, infusion of people around her. Yep. Il Capitano moves with knees, and the witch is figure eights.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Double Jeopardy! We're here with some lovely contestants. We have Darius, we got Kiera, we got Mikey.
Let's get this Elizabethan bread.
Let's get this Elizabethan bread. I'm gonna start with Darius, because I feel like it.
Word. I'm gonna go with playwright for 100. Not easy. Let's get the ball rolling.
Who wrote Hamlet?
Who could it be?
My man, William Shakespeare.
I don't know.
No,
I'm scared.
It's a tough one.
it might be.
Well, the three plays that we studied were Hamlet, Dr. Faustus, and the Duchess of Malfoy.
That is correct. Doing great, kids. Darius, we're back to you.
Let's go with plays for 200.
Of the three we just listed.
Yes, of the three we just listed, name the
Christopher
playwright.
Marlowe, William Shakespeare.
Hamlet, William Shakespeare, Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, and The Duchess of Malfoy by John Webster.
Woo! I'm gonna make a note. There's a E on the end of Marlowe.
Yes, there is.
God dang it! A French
My
tragedy.
southern,
Man.
my southern self knows this. Blood, sex, and incest.
Oh my god.
List and describe the ranking of an acting company.
There are householders, shareholders, and apprentices, and I think performers, but I'm not sure.
Householders, actors that owned the theater space. Shareholders, owners and major elite roles.
Hirelings.
Minor roles contracted for a specific time, and apprentices training to be actors and were assigned to shareholders.
Woo! 3 out of 4.
Who was Christopher Marlowe?
So Christopher Marlowe has done a lot of cool things in his life. He's known for us anyway as a Elizabethan playwright who makes works such as Dr. Faustus and other things. He works in comedy. He doesn't mind the mixing of genres. And then he also has this cool secret life where there was something where like he was a CIA agent and something about a bar and he got shot or something, right? Something like that.
That sounds about right.
That
to
sounds
me.
about right.
Most famous university wit. Focused on dramatic poetry, gave birth to iambic pentameter, and was murdered because of the belief that he was in the CIA. Ooh.
Ooh.
Back to you, Darius.
Alrighty, early English Renaissance for 100.
What?
Early English Renaissance for 100.
The connection between Henry the 14th.
That's the 8.
Fuck.
And
Henry the 8th and the
and
Anglican
she brought,
Church.
got rid of or wanted to be with Anne Boleyn because he wanted to have another kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sure it's right.
Henry falls in love with Anne Boleyn and wants a divorce, so he creates his own church.
We know Henry VIII and those children.
Yeah, those
Those boys he wants.
Oh,
Oh, is it my turn now?
yes, it is, ma'am.
I'll do early English Renaissance for 300.
400?
300.
Describe Queen Elizabeth's impact on England.
Okay. So she strengthened the Anglican Church. Language and literature, like, furthered because of her. She won a war against, like, the Spanish Armada, and she did something else too, but I can't remember.
Strengthened the Anglican Church. Under her rule, the Renaissance reached its peak, and she defeated the Spanish Armada. The language and literature expanded.
Lord Chamberlain's men. And he did a lot of things. Poetry.
He wrote sonnets, he wrote plays.
Plays for the king.
Yeah, I mean, he was well regarded in
How
his
was that?
time. Well
Was it good
after, he
enough?
created
Some-
almost 3,000 words for the English language.
Did revenge tragedy begin before or after Shakespeare?
It was before Shakespeare, but it didn't come prominent until after Elizabeth.
Before Shakespeare, but wasn't major until post-Elizabethan.
Woo!
That is correct. What are the themes present in The Duchess of Malfi?
Okay, so there are a lot, but if we're talking just standard generalizations, morality and revenge, violence, forbidden love, child care and childbirth and hiding a secret life and familial relationships and trickery and emotions.
The answer
Yes.
is death, forbidden love, insanity, and religion.
So yeah.
Sounds about
But
right.
also everything you said.
What are the university wits?
The university wits were playwrights who wrote at schools in order for those productions to then be put on in an educational setting so that the text could be examined, essentially.
The answer is provided the material for the boys' acting companies and paved way for Shakespeare. But you're
also
right.
what you said.
You're really right.
Welcome to Triple Jeopardy. I am here, Darius Davis, and I am with Kira, Mikey, and Anna.
Yeah!
Are we ready to go?
There's us,
Yeah, let's go. All
Let's
right.
get it. Who we going first with?
Okay, I'll do comedias for 100.
What were they originally called?
Comedy nuevas.
Correct.
Okay, let's go.
This case.
How many performers were in an acting company?
About 16 to 20, I believe.
Wow, we love a knowledgeable queen.
What was the major difference from English acting companies?
You know, those grand old women were allowed on stage.
They had women, but there were restrictions.
Hey, at least they're there.
At least they're there. Female playwrights for 100.
When were their works produced?
Mostly after their death. Yeah. Majority after.
Majority after the
AKA
death. You are
after.
correct.
Yay.
Give me that good female playwrights for 200.
What did female playwrights question?
They questioned the gender norms and political something. Just politics.
The traditional view of gender roles, love and honor, and political authority.
2 out of 3. 2
Woo!
out of 3.
Go women.
What marriage drove the Moors out of Spain?
It was King Fernando of something and Queen Isabel of Castile and Leon. Yes?
The marriage of King Fernando of Aragon and Queen Elizabeth of Castile and Leon.
Honestly, I don't know. Was it? No. They were organized by a manager who contracted performers for a specific period of time.
Huh, what would that be today, folks?
Oh. Us. Stage managers. They had thorough proof.
Oh, I'll do religious drama for 100.
Was religious drama present longer in Spain or Italy?
It was longest in Spain. It was actually, it like stayed longest in Spain compared to any other European country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, word for
It's a question, obviously. The impact of Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz. She was like always challenged by her family. She was like, I want to go to college, and they were like, no, like you're female, and like all this other stuff. And so she was like, well, that's dumb, and like did it anyway. And like then someone, like some very important political or noble figure was like, hey, we hear you're really smart, let's do an intelligence test on you to prove it. And so she took it and did really well, and then everyone in the world like knew she was really smart. She studied like Greek, Greek myths, and like she knew a lot of languages, and yeah.
Hello and welcome to Quadruple Jeopardy.
And today,
And it's gonna be a speed round of French Neo.
I'm Kiara, and this is Mikey, and it's Darius. Okay, let's go.
Let's go with historical context for 500. Let's just start them off big. You know?
All right, let's go.
What ages were Louis XIII and Louis XIV when they were in rule? Louis XIII took the freaking throne at age 9, and Louis XIV at age 5.
Is that right?
easy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Go.
Yes. Anna, let's go.
Let's do playwright/theaters for 300. I regret this so much. What is Pierre Corneille's most controversial play? Why? Where did it premiere? I can't remember where it premiered, but it was the Cid. I know it's the Cid.
The Theatre du Marais.
Oh.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, historical context 200.
Let's go. Which ruler converted from Protestant to Catholic?
Louis XIV. Henry IV.
Henry IV. Woo!
That's
Henry IV, yay!
what I was going to say next.
Historical context 400, because I know it's a hard one.
Yay. What helped France stabilize following its unrest/religious wars?
So France stabilized when Louis XIV took over because, first it was Henry IV because of the Edict of Nantes and the ending of the religious wars with the whole him converting to Protestant, and then it was the impact of Louis XIII and XIV's reigns and the exploration of the New World.
Henry I reign and the exploration of the New World. Yep.
He expanded the neoclassical format because he really focused on that, and he used timeless themes where he wrote as an actor for the actors and critiqued the present moment of France.
Woo! Yay, you make it.
Italian influence for 300.
Who was primary influence during Louis the Blank's reign?
Louis XIV's reign.
Louis XIV's reign.
Would be Cardinal Mazarin.
Yeah.
Mazarin, whatever. You know what I
You
meant.
knew what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Neoclassical ideals for 300.
No.
What
Cannot mix as a neoclassical ideal?
I'm throwing this out there, but I believe it's genres.
I don't know. It's a
I
tough
don't
sell.
know.
Genres cannot mix.
Wow.
No, they cannot.
No.
Yay.
Italian influence 200.
Yay. Who was the primary influence during Louis the
13.
13th
I think
reign?
it was Cardinal
I can't read
Raquel
Richelieu.
Richelieu.
Yeah. Can't read the numerals that fast.
Historical context 300.
Yay. What did the Edict of Nantes do?
It gave just kind of freedom and tolerance for non-Catholic people and religions, specifically the Huguenots or
Si,
Protestants.
Yeah.
Si, senor. Yay. Senorita.
Let's do neoclassical ideals for 500.
Sounds good.
I'm scared.
Name one play that follows the neoclassical ideals and one that does not.
One that does not is the Cid, right? And then one that does is. Tartuffe. Tartuffe by Moliere does not the work of Alexander Hardy. Answers can vary.
Answers can vary.
My answer varied.
Who was primary player
I
slash
just wanted it was mine.
founder of the Theatre du Marais? Who was his successor and when did that theater open?
Okay, so the primary player founder was Montdory. His successor was Floridor after he had to leave for medical purposes, and I believe it was founded in 1636. Oh, 34! God damn it!
The Renaissance arrived late in France because of the religious wars.
Yay! Yay!